I've forgotten the name of the particular American film I watched like 18 years ago. A particular lady was bragging about how much she made in 3 divorces. You could imagine. I was like, this lady can't be serious. This is just a movie. My cousin, who was more enlightened, cleared my doubts that such is actually obtained in the Western world as seen in the film. Wow, sounds so horrible to me. How can a lady brag about living 3 marriages and how much she made from each? Sound like divorce is a business over there. We know some people who claim to be enlightened do divorce here in Nigeria, but it has never been a business in this part of our world. Well, another one that stunned me was while reading a novel and saw that American lawyers put flyers on buses advertising quickie divorce for people who wants to end their marriages. This takes us to Bill and Melissa Gates' divorce. Bill Gates and Melissa Gates are the ones making the most popular headlines right now. Well, the BIG Billionaires Index just restored Bill Gates, the co-founder of Microsoft, after an initial removal from the list following the announcement of his divorce. They removed him knowing he will have to share his wealth and he will not be among the top richest. On Monday, Bill and Melinda Gates announced that they were going through a divorce after 27 years in marriage. Following the news, Bloomberg LP, which maintains a real-time index on the wealthiest people on earth, delisted Gates from its ranking as reported by the cable. After the news of the divorce went viral, Bloomberg said the couple controls $146 billion, which is now at stake and could be broken down in 2 units based on divorce papers. Wow, half of it. She will have to take half and go. The American news outlet said details of the possible wealth split have begun to emerge, with about $1.8 billion already transferred to Melinda French Gates. According to Bloomberg, Bill Gates' biggest assets are in Cascade Investment, a holding company Bill Gates created with proceeds of his Microsoft shares. On May 3, 2021, the company was said to have transferred about $1.5 billion of Canadian National Railway Company shares and more than $300 million of AutoNation Inc. Stock to Melinda. It is unclear how much more will be transferred to her as the divorce papers are worked out and signed by both parties. Is Bill Gates the first billionaire to divorce his wife? No. Let's check the Bezos example. In the case of Jeff Bezos, the world's richest man, and Mackenzie Scott, his ex-wife, a 75-25 division of the couple's 16% stake in Amazon.com Incorporated was reached. This shot Scott to a net worth of over $60 billion post-divorce. Wow! Big business. For the Gates, Bloomberg suggests that the case would be different as their wealth is more diversified and vested in numerous companies and the Gates Foundation. The duo had said in a public statement that they would still manage the foundation as co-shares, which may mean sharing the wealth of the foundation equally. The Gates live in Seattle, a city in Washington state, and according to the state laws, the divorce cannot be finalized until 3 months from when it was filed. This means we may not know Bill Gates' eventual wealth until sometime in August 2021. According to the law of the USA, here is Bill Gates' ex-wife's share of his properties. This material was provided by Gideon Oji. Now let's look at the next while we still talk about this Bill Gates and Melinda Gates divorce. Divorce in the United States of America is also known as dissolution of marriage. It is a legal process where a judge dissolves the matrimony between two persons. Divorce in the United States of America is controlled by the state government rather than the federal government. And what this means is that the law slightly changes in different states of America as every state makes its own law. Enough with the nitty-gritty details of how divorce is run in America today. We are going to be looking at what Melinda Gates, who is the ex-wife of Bill Gates, is going to acquire from his properties. Before that, let's breeze through a brief profile of the couple. They got divorced after 27 years of marriage and after having 3 children together who are all grown up now. Bill Gates is the 4th richest person in the world with a net worth of $124 billion and has an estate in Washington worth $127 million. This is not million naira. This is not million naira. They are talking about dollars. According to the law of the US, the property to be shared after a divorce is only the marital property, which is the property acquired during the marriage. Properties acquired during their single days will not be split equally between the couple involved. The division of property is independent of who is at fault for the divorce. Now that we have seen what the law of the United States says as regards to divorce, we now know that every property acquired by Bill Gates during the 27 years of his marriage with Melinda is going to be shared in a 50-50 ratio with her. As a Nigerian man, what do you think of this law, and would you want to see it implemented in Nigeria? Please feel free, put your comment on the comment section of this channel. This second content was created by and supplied by Gideon Oji. Now, let's look at 6 greatest billionaire divorces in history that shook the whole world. Billionaire Bill Gates has joined a list of prominent and world's wealthy people who divorced their partners. Bill Gates on Monday confirmed that he had parted ways with his 27-year marriage with his wife Melinda. The two gave a joint statement which was shared on social media to confirm their divorce. However, they did not reveal why they were divorcing. Gate, Gate, I don't want to mention the fool. Hope she's not comfortable. I don't know. Perhaps. So after a great deal of thought and a lot of work on our relationship, according to them, they said, we have made the decision to end our marriage. However, Bill Gates is not the first billionaire to end his marriage in that manner, and maybe he's not the last to do. Several other billionaires also divorced their wives. Here are others whose divorce shook the whole world. 1. Jeff Bezos and Mackenzie Bezos. This divorce happened in 2019, which saw the Amazon CEO give a 4% stake in Amazon to his wife, Mackenzie, as a part of the divorce agreement. Forbes reports that after the divorce, Mackenzie Bezos became the world's third richest woman. Wow! On the other hand, sources say Jeff's fortune fell from $159 billion to $121 billion after the divorce. 2 years later, the fortune ballooned to $202 billion. Number 2, Bill Gross and Sue Gross. 2016. Sue Gross filed for a divorce in 2016 and walked out of their marriage. This divorce is one of the non-messy divorces across the world. Sources say that this divorce left Bill Gross, founder of asset manager PIMCO, in a deteriorated financial and mental situation. Forbes reports Sue managed to walk out with a fortune amounting to $1.3 billion, which included a $36 million Laguna Beach house and Le Reports, which she later sold for $35 million loss. Number 3, Harold Ham and Sue Amal, 2015. The 26-year-old marriage ended after bitter court proceedings, starting from 2012 and 2015, when oil tycoon Harold tried to finally end the marriage with Sue Ann by writing her a check in the amount of $307 million. That was from his Morgan Stanley account. She took the money, banked it, and later filed a petition for more amount. Could you imagine that? However, the Supreme Court ruled against her by saying signing and banking the first check meant she had accepted it. Number 4, Roy E. and Patricia Disney. The couple divorced after 52 years in marriage. Wow, so old in marriage. Roy and his wife filed for divorce in 2007 at the age of 77 and 72 respectively. According to Forbes, Roy was worth $1.3 billion at the time he divorced Disney. Previously, a Forbes 400 mainstay, he lost nearly half of his fortune in the split and was dropped from the list. He later married another wife. Fortunately, Roy and Disney all passed away. Steve and Elaine Wynn. Bill Gates and Melinda. It is not yet known how much Melinda will get from the divorce. However, they noted that they will be working together on their foundation, which could be part of their divorce deal. This content was created and supplied by P. Major. Thanks for listening. Please subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon to get our updates anytime it drops. Bye for now.